Have you watched Inside the Manosphere?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, what's your take?
I think firstly, it's it's nothing more different really than snake oil salesman, right? That's at the heart of everything. Is a money-making scheme and then trying to make money. But what actually I thought was more worrying than anything is how many people I talked to who have got children who had no idea that this was happening. And to bring something like that mainstream so more people are talking about it, I think is a conversation that's worth having.
I've got 3 boys. I'm fortunate enough that they think these people are knobs, basically. But it might not have been like that. They might not have done. But I was sort of thinking about why our boys aren't looking up to those guys.
Yeah.
And you sort of look at the people that Louis was chatting to in that documentary, and they're all pretty disenfranchised, and they're all like, you know, they feel disconnected.
Yeah.
And that's often where like they can profit, is by picking up those people that have sort of fallen through the cracks. You know what I mean? They feel like they've been let down, and they
pick on a vulnerability of a person, and I look at it and go, wow, actually, you know what, in my younger years, when, you know, having, you know, been the person I was in the life I was, would I have been susceptible to that? I've had to ask. You have to ask a question, because there's an element of it that is reaching. It's very, very cleverly planned out. It's very cleverly mapped. It raises a lot of questions as to how many people are lost and looking for answers. People who have sort of society has cast aside, or people who haven't got any hope, people who aren't doing well at school, people who aren't particularly haven't got good jobs. And that is a thing that has been coming down the pipe for quite some time. This is an awful thing that we've kind of let happen. We've let it grow very slowly and manufacture itself into what is now a multi-million-pound business that is not only, you know, taking money from young men, but it's also giving them a moral compass that is completely wavered in the wrong direction.
A lot of the time, you know, people, it's young men that are falling victim to these influences, and I think you want to make sure that they feel supported enough, and you instill them with enough of the right attitudes that they are able to reject those kind of ways of thinking about women and you know, queer people and minorities and all of those kind of things. I think it's about reaching out to young lads and making them feel part of something and making them feel valued, because when we let them down as a society, I know that sounds a bit worthy, that is when they'll head in that direction.
Of course.
That's when they'll gravitate towards these people.